Hello and welcome to the Down East Players Cup, presented by Gatekeeper Media. This is a PDGA A-Tier, here in Greenville, North Carolina. We'll be at the Meadowbrook course. I'm Holly Finley.
And I'm Whitney Graham.
Do you have a favorite hole on this course, Whitney, since you're from the area?
Probably hole 2. Hole 2 is one of those ones where it's a very forehand dominant hole, and if you can get it parked, it's awesome. But I love this entire course. This is the course that I first started playing on, and it's my home course. I probably play it more than anywhere else. So we have some beautiful trophies made by the Wobbly Wheel here in Greenville. So we have Carey, who is leading the tournament so far at a +3, and she's shooting pretty strong out here. And then we have a local favorite, Megan Goldsby, who is really holding her own out here at a +4. Super excited to see her really thriving this year. And then, of course, we have the Holly Finley, who's right there tied with Megan at +4. It's going to be a great battle today. I'm really excited to see this. And last, we have Elaine King, who is sitting at +10. And Elaine has just been putting insane this tournament.
Here we are, hole 1. It is a tight hole right off the bat. 319-foot par 3. You see there's a couple of routes you can take to get to the basket. Instead of trying to shape a shot, I've decided that just throwing straight and giving yourself a putt is the wisest choice for my game. I found when I was trying to shape the shot, I was getting in too much trouble, and just a line drive, pin deep, will get you a putt every time.
Exactly.
We have Carey up first. This is a beautiful shot. It's exactly what you're looking for, and she sneaks up there for a putt.
Honestly, you just want to hit the gap. That's definitely the theme on this course. Beautiful. Ooh. And yep, that'll be perfect. You'll be sitting down there and you'll have a backside look at it. It was a little bit chilly this morning when we started. And Megan turns it over a little bit, but she's still fine. She's still up there.
Right there
behind the tree, yep.
Right by me and Dee.
And you guys are just lacing this hole.
Yeah, 4 great shots to start off the day.
It's always a good way to start the tournament. And Elaine is just pitching up, take her par.
Carey for birdie.
Oof, great bid, Deanne.
I have no idea how far that is.
It's pretty far. I mean, the trees, it's well outside the circle. Ooh, good bid. Might have to talk to the TDs about possibly getting us some whiskers out there or some way we can see where the circle's edge is.
Yeah, maybe like at least 4 points of a whisker. Megan gives it a good float. So all of us will be putting for par here on hole 1. All right, that's a good start.
And honestly, you're happy with walking away with a par on this hole. You'd love to get the birdie, but having a par, if you hit early tree, it almost makes getting par impossible. I love the jacket.
Thanks. It's one of those old ones I had in the closet and decided, you know what? Instead of not using this, I might as well make it a golf jacket.
There we go.
If it gets snagged or dirty, who cares? I wasn't using it anyway.
There we go. All right, everybody sitting at even par so far for this round. Off to hole 2. So hole 2 is a par 4, 435 feet, And honestly, you can go right side or left side of this gap. There is OB on both sides, left and right, but honestly, if you just hit the gap and land out into the fairway, you should have a pretty open way to get to the basket. You just want to be able to throw maybe like a mid-range or even a putter up there to land softly, because there is OB that kind of gets close on the backside. So I feel like this is a gettable birdie here for our division, because it plays as a par 4. Yeah, Deanne, perfect.
Yeah, that's a great shot. I used to worry about throwing it really far, and now I'm just more concerned with hitting the gap.
Yes.
Since it is a par 4,
yes,
all you've got is a drive and then a little chip shot, and you're looking at a birdie.
It was very windy. Usually the Meadow doesn't tend to be the windiest course, but and Megan with a nice, ooh, you saw the wind just took that down.
Yeah, smacked it down. Yeah, day 1 we had no wind out here, so this is a little bit different game, as Elaine King sneaks a great shot through the right side, and she'll be looking at an open approach from the fairway. Say everybody's got a chance at bird at this point.
Yes. You got us a good little gallery there. Oh no.
A little bit of a misfire from Megan.
Oh.
Oopsie. Happens to the best of us. So she'll be playing, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 from over there by the fence. Misses Elaine King's second shot into the green.
Line drive. She's wanting it to come back, but it's, oh yes. And that is in perfect Elaine King range right there. Holly's lining it up.
I'm going to toss a mid up to the basket. And this green always plays faster than I think. Mm-hmm. It's like I feel like I'm going to land right at the basket, and then boop, I've skipped right by the OB every single time. Deanne showing us how much she's been working on her little sidearm chip shot. She's
beautiful.
Really, really working that new Toro from Innova. Oh, we're telling her how much we love her sidearm. She's a cutie. All right, here we go. Megan with her 4th shot.
And a good little chip up to the basket.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
And Holly for birdie. Beautiful. Great putt.
Felt good to put that one in, because that upshot was a little longer than I wanted.
Yeah. Good job, Elaine. Elaine puts it in for birdie. And it's good to be able to get, it's kind of tough whenever you have like tap-ins on your first couple of holes. It's nice to be able to kind of get you a good putt in to get the round kind of warmed up and get it started. Unfortunately, Megan will be tapping in a bogey. So Deanne and Holly are sitting 1 under. Megan is at +1, and Elaine is also 1 under.
Discover Greenville, North Carolina, where we put whole hog Q on the map, and inspiration lives on every corner. Unplug for a moment of tranquility, or enjoy one of our parks, fields, greenways, or trails. Then recharge with fresh, local flavors, one-of-a-kind art galleries, and toe-tapping music. North Carolina's Emerald City is filled with countless hidden gems. Find yours in Greenville, North Carolina.
Here we are, hole 3, 284 feet. This is a shorty, but it's challenging because you have OB behind. Actually, it's basically just surrounding the basket. If you go early in the woods, you're OB. If you go too long, you're OB. Now, as a right-handed player, this is a tricky shot because oftentimes you turn it a little too early and end up in that corner. And I find the sidearm, it's easy to throw it a little too far. So this is a very tricky shot that requires a lot of touch and angle control. And Deanne finds that out-of-bounds corner with her sidearm shot. I'm looking to turn a Mako over. Didn't even turn it right. So I will be out of bounds in the field.
And this is one of those holes you really want to hug that side as close as possible. You see Elaine. Oh, and even Elaine ties hers out. But nope, she's perfect right where she needs to be. I find myself with the forehand, I really want to push that corner as close as I can. Megan does a great job. Gets a little bit of flex, and there's typically wind that's going to be going from right to left on here, so you're going to end up coming around the corner and hitting that wind. Good pitch up by Deanne.
Elaine drops it under the basket. And I am going for a 3, shooting my third here. I'm not trying to make a putt, it's too far, so I've decided to be reasonable and just lay it up.
Take your medicine and walk away.
It's always funny. It got so close to the pole, I thought maybe I should have ran it. All right, Megan for bird. She gives it a loft. It goes a bit far, but that's
solid
okay.
Bid. And good thing it didn't continue to carry, because it does. That OB is pretty close behind the basket. Great
good
putt.
par putt.
Good
yeah.
par putt.
And Elaine King, now that I've played twice with her at this course, I don't think she was trying to get to this one.
Nope.
She was happy just to throw a straight shot and land inbounds and then do a little easy pitch up and have herself a walk-away 3. You can see me and Deanne were taking the risk to try to get the bird, and we both went out of bounds, so it's one of those risk rewards for sure.
All right, now we're at hole 4. So this is 405 feet. It's par 4, and you honestly just want to get through the gap. I know we've probably beat that to the ground on all of these holes, but honestly, it's throw something straight out into the field. You want to kind of be towards the middle or possibly to the right side to have more open gaps. You don't want to fade too far to the left, then you'll be pinched off. But honestly, I feel like this is a hole that I want to get the 3 on. Hitting the gap is the first one, and then just making sure I have a good approach with maybe a mid or even a putter. And Elaine puts it in prime position, right where you want to be.
Megan has been working this yellow disc this weekend. Backhand, sidearm. That's a great shot.
Yes, perfect. And that's all you really want. You just want to land right there in the middle.
And I've noticed that every time I play here, the wind is going right to left.
Oh,
and
great.
Oftentimes, just like this, I will sweep over to the left side. And I prefer to land on the right side, so I'm going to make a mental note of that for next year. And I pulled out a Roadrunner. I thought, you know what, I won't get a lot of left finish, but I didn't commit to the angle. So now I'm going to go hang out with Deanne over here on the left side.
But at least you're slightly shorter than where we were, or the first round.
Exactly.
We weren't pinched up against the trees.
So even though Megan's shot was a bit shorter, what a great positioning she has. And then she just sneaks it right up to the pin for a drop-in birdie.
That was a great approach shot.
Elaine King showing us how it's done.
And that's why I said trying to be in that middle to the right side. It just really opens up the gap so much better.
I mean, you could almost just play a mid to avoid going so far left and just have a better position. Look at this shot from Deanne.
Oh, wow, Deanne.
Is a
oh, my goodness.
North Carolina specialty. Did you see that gap? I didn't either because it didn't exist.
Oh.
So Dee puts it right up there. She'll be putting for birdie. And I don't really have a line to the basket, so I'm just trying to get it as close as possible. Maybe give myself a putt. I got a long one. Maybe, I don't know. Without whiskers, I'm guessing. 45?
Oh, that's the second one front cage.
Know. It's because I don't know the distance. I'm not giving it enough oomph, you know? And I always laugh when people pull out their rangefinder in the circle.
In the circle.
I guess I should be that person. Deanne for birdie. Let's go.
Yes, Deanne. That was a great putt because she really scooted past the basket. This green is very skippy with the pine straw.
Also, her upshot was insane.
Yes.
Punching through that corner with no gap at all.
Great job. And
Elaine gets a birdie. Megan gets a birdie. Deanne gets a birdie. And me, just a par. And that's okay.
Par's better than bogey. We'll take it.
You said it. My face doesn't look very pleased. It's always funny to go back and see your expressions.
We're looking good here on scores. Everybody's pretty close.
Here we go, hole 5, par 3, 338 feet. We do have a Mando indicated by the orange arrow on the large tree to the left. This plays a lot longer than 338. I feel like it really plays 365. I like to throw a flat shot all the way to the edge of the woods and just let my disc finish left. Give myself a long putt. It's a pretty safe green to give it a run. It's not a lot of danger, so you feel comfortable lofting it up there and trying to capture the elusive birdie. Elusive for me, at least.
It's very elusive. I think I've only had a throw in on this one, so
Ooh.
It's a tough hole, and it does play slightly uphill. It's a little bit, once you get closer to the pin, it starts to go up the hill a little bit. And also the angle of the pad is a little bit tough. I know they're going to be looking at possibly upgrading the pads here soon, so we're really excited for next year.
Nice. Megan and Elaine both have great drives. They're in primo position. Deanne's got some distance in the card. She can punch one almost 400.
And it trying to fight back.
She sends it way out there. I'm just throwing an end of a distance driver as far as I can.
Very nice. And that's what you want. You want something that's going to kind of slightly flip up. Oh, it couldn't give you no skip or no play at the end of there?
I guess not, but that's okay. Must have landed in an anthill or something.
Megan should still have a good little putt there. Might be about 20, 25. And Elaine, once again, beautiful upshots.
Get up there. Deanne sneaks one up there.
Leaves it a little bit short.
Yeah, but she's been putting great this weekend, so I'm pretty much expecting her to make everything she steps up to. Got a long look. I'm just going to guess 60.
Oh, just a smidge more.
Yeah.
Just a smidge, and it would have been there.
Loft it up there, see what happens. Deanne for par.
Great putt.
It was, too. Little downhill, a little further away than you wanted. Like a G.
Oh, Megan's a little closer than I thought.
Yeah.
I thought she was on the back side of the tree. Very great putt. Good job.
Yeah, I've been impressed watching her skills this weekend.
She has really put in a lot of work this last year, and she's just been doing great. I love competing with Megan. And with Elaine, I typically will play with them in local tournaments, so.
I used to drive from Nashville to Raleigh to compete alongside Elaine my first year playing disc golf. I learned so much from her. 5-time open world champion, Queen Elaine King.
All right, now we're heading into hole 6. This is a par 3, 414 feet. Low ceiling, pylons that stick out the way. There's usually a headwind, or not a headwind, but a right to left wind that's coming down the next fairway. And honestly, you just want to put it out there and hopefully get to those first set of trees that are around the basket to give you a look at birdie. Staying in bounds is a big thing because that driveway that comes in the middle plays as OB where the pylons are. So we have a lane.
It's a perfect shot from Elaine.
Right down the middle, right where you want to be.
This is only my second year playing this tournament, so I'm still learning the best way to play all the holes out here. Megan showing us this beautiful shot shaping. I was really hoping that would hold over on the right side a little bit longer, but nevertheless, it's a great shot. Deanne Carey up third.
Oh no.
That is unfortunate and annoying. She'll be out of bounds. Now, I was going to try to get to the basket with some cool shot shaping and a flippy disc, but after Deanne went out of bounds, I thought, this is an opportunity where I should just land in bounds.
Just play it for par.
And not be silly. So now Deanne is throwing 3 into the green.
Seems like the discs are just kind of getting batted down. Doesn't look like it on coverage, but the wind... Oh, and Elaine wants it to turn a little bit more, but unfortunately she's going to be landing a little bit short on her up. So we have Megan here, going with the forehand. Oh.
She'll have a long putt at par.
What are trees?
Deanne's fourth shot. She's still got a putt, so she'll be putting for 5 from there. Once again, I'm having the internal battle with myself of going for it or laying it up.
And that's a smart choice. I feel like laying it up there, you're getting at least a stroke.
Sometimes I have to say out loud, are we really going for a 95-footer? No, we're not. You just have to hear it. Come on, Megan. She shouldn't be mad at herself. That was a good putt. Just hit that weird combo of the edge and the chain. Elaine King for par?
Yes,
Let's go.
Elaine.
That's a great par save. Little short on the upshot, didn't matter. Deanne Carey to save dub.
Beautiful. It's
right?
a putting clinic on this hole.
That was a long putt,
nice.
Too. Looks like she was happy about that putt.
And you're tapping in for the par. See, great choice. You did good.
A no stress par. I like it.
And that's how I walk into that hole. If I get a nice easy par, I'm happy with it. So Deanne is sitting 1 over. Holly, you're sitting at even. Megan is at 1 over also. And Elaine is 2 under. Go, Elaine.
Let's check out hole 7, par 5, 679 feet. This hole is about placement. It's out of bounds on the right and out of bounds if you go over the fence. And the out of bounds carries all the way around the basket, shaped like a hot dog, if you will. Now, this is a tough one. The first day here, I got a double bogey, so I went back day 2 and played the hole several times to get a new game plan.
And what adjustments did you make?
Different driver off the tee, different discs for the upshot.
Nice. And we have Elaine.
And even though Elaine isn't going as far as you want, it doesn't matter because the positioning is ideal.
Yes,
and
you want to land so you're literally looking directly down those pylons.
Better to have a good position than to have a lot of distance and crash into the fence.
Push. Yes, that's a great...
around the corner.
Yes, that is a great correction. Hitting that fence makes you almost dead in the water where you're just kind of just having to pitch over. And Megan, hit off of it and come back. Oh. So Megan will end up right here on that fence that kind of makes you pinched off from being able to go around without pushing the OB on the right side. Oh.
That is the exact shot I did on day 1. And look at this. Deanne
feel like that's her
She did
play.
the same
The
thing.
same thing.
Now,
Except
day
it got-
1, she went a little bit further to the right. But look at her. She still has an open shot. It's not constricted.
Exactly.
So that was definitely some course love for D. That's another smart play, just keeping it in bounds. And Elaine King looking to clean up this hole because she had some trouble alongside me here on day 1. So she has a perfect second shot. Everyone's safe and in bounds so far. Megan's just looking to keep it in bounds here. And I love the shot shape, but
Oh no.
yeah, that's unfortunate.
And that, that's the tough part about being up against that fence. Nobody wants to actually pitch over 20 feet to get to the fairway,
No,
but because you want to bite off as much distance, but
I'm getting brave. I'm swinging it out over the OB, hoping to
yes,
come back in.
Yes, that's perfect.
And that's exactly how I did it in my extra practice for the hole,
There we go.
which seems to be paying off so far. And I love this shot from Megan.
Give me a skibbity pap up there.
That is so good.
There we go. And that was where my upshots landed every round, is right there behind that tree.
That corner tree is just really doing its job.
It is.
Also, that log on the ground, I've noticed, is kind of glad it's there.
Yes. Yes, because that OB line crosses right over it.
Oh,
There we go.
Safe.
See? Saved
Yep.
by the log. And it's crazy because when you look at the hole, I'm like, oh, there's so much room on the right side.
Yeah.
But it just draws you into that tree.
It does.
And that's what you're supposed to do.
Whoa.
Oh, a little skip there.
Yeah, it's so easy to swing it into that corner. I really have to remember to swing it way out
See,
and around.
there we. Elaine's bringing the rangefinder.
Deanne's like, can I jump putt or not? She's going to do a little stepper.
All right.
Deanne Carey for birdie.
Ooh, tickles the chains.
Elaine King for birdie. Also got a taste of the chains.
All right, let's see if Megan can put it in there. Oh. And this is one you really kind of want.
Yeah, it's not that hard of a par 5 if you can keep it in bounds.
Yes. Very nice. Holly with the birdie. We only had 2 birdies on the day, and that was done by Holly and Michelle Green.
All right.
Great
par-
putt.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Megan will be putting in a bogey. But we'll move on to this next hole. Oh man. This is a hole where if you're off by just inches, it can just destroy it. This is hole 8. It's a par 4. Honestly, I kind of feel like it should be a par 5. It's really tough. It's 578 feet. Honestly, those trees that you see right there before the sunlight, you want a hyzer something to finish out that way. I disked up, I did a fairway driver, and you honestly just want to make it out into the field. If you're making it out into the field, I pitch up to this little gap right here, pitch up again, and just take my 4. Whenever you try to be aggressive on your approach or try to be aggressive off this tee shot, it just kind of goes downhill. So we have Holly. Is that your Roadrunner?
It is.
All right.
So this is a hole that I went back and practiced
Let's go.
again.
Let's go. Yes, ma'am.
It
That's
was
exactly
fruitful.
what you want.
Yes, I did the tee shot like 10 times, and I was like, I'm just going to figure out how to get to the field.
And that's perfect. That's exactly what you want.
Look at this from
Oh,
Elaine
come back. Yes, Elaine, let's go.
Oh, I didn't
Beautiful.
see the tee pad skippage.
That's nice.
That's cool. So Elaine makes it out of the gap. Deanne, Carey. She's checking out a Roadrunner as well, I think.
Beautiful. Get around it. Okay, that's still a good place to be. Honestly, she should be able to do a forehand to approach up to the other gap. Oh, an early release from Megan.
I felt like Megan was lined up incorrectly on that tee
Okay.
shot. Like maybe she should have started more in the back left corner than the back right corner a little bit, or
Yeah,
even more
she-
towards the middle of the tee.
Yes. But she plays it smart and just pitches up, and she still gets halfway up the fairway, which is still good from where she was.
And this is a great positioning she put herself in.
Yes.
More smart golf from Megan.
Yes. And that's all you want, honestly, is just getting out. Don't try to be too aggressive. Just play it out.
And Deanne's playing it like you said.
Yes.
Just pitching it to
Perfect.
the field, giving herself an open shot, and then she can play it for par.
And Elaine is... Oh, if that would have turned just a little bit, it would have been right through there. Oh, little tree love. Put her right back in the middle of the fairway. And honestly, just making it to that gap on your second shot is great.
Well, see, I'm a little annoyed that you didn't teach me the ways before I played the hole, because
You
it's
tried to go...
exactly like you said. I was
Yes.
being super aggressive on my second shot, and it got me in a lot of trouble. And I could have just pitched it to the opening and played it for an easy par. Look what Megan,
Beautiful.
great upshot. She'll be up there for an easy putt. Snack time.
No more backhands for Megan.
And Deanne is just like you said. She right to the corner, a sidearm chip to the field, chip up to the green, and now she has a short putt for par. And unfortunately, I've landed in this deadfall area. Even though I'm not far from the basket, there's just 0 lines to get there because of all this vines and such. So just going for a pitch out. I hate that too, because that's my
know.
best drive ever on this hole. I'll be seeing you next year.
Yes.
Hole 8. Trying to go for the long par putt here.
This is some distance. Get in. Oh my goodness.
A valiant effort.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Yes, great putt, Megan.
She is a good putter.
It's so smooth. It's so consistent.
And
Yes.
Deanne, man, her putting has been great this weekend as well. Every time I think, ooh, her upshot's a little far out, oop, she's made it.
She's made it.
Elaine King for her par. I'll be going for the bogey putt here.
And this hole didn't have any birdies on it.
Not
it played
surprising.
about 0.75 over par. So
It's a toughie.
it is tough. It is, and it can destroy your round in a heartbeat off that tee shot. So.
Man, if you get a 3 there, that's strokes on folks.
Yes. Join our Patreon crew, starting at $3 a month. I really appreciate these Ace Run guys. They've really been absolutely awesome this weekend, and I know the Greenville community is loving the fact that they can see our courses on coverage.
Here we are, hole 9. Ooh,
yes.
This is a tight one. 298 feet, par 3. You can't see the basket, so good luck getting there. It is possible in all seriousness, but the way I like to play the hole is just take this left side, land in the fairway, and have an open approach for a 3. I tried practicing for the 2, but I was getting myself in way too much trouble, and it was really a 1 out of 10 scenario. So I've decided, like a lane king, just get it as far as you can and hopefully land in the open to throw a mid or a putter off the tee. So Deanne is opting for an Innova mid. I like this.
Yes, and that's
That's
last
great.
A little bit cheap, but that's perfect. It's right where you want to be.
That's all you need to pitch up to those bricks and get yourself a walk-away par.
I feel like it's tough to be able to get something to push that straight and then turn.
Agreed. I'm going for Innova mid as well.
Oh, give me that turn. Give me the turn. Give me the turn. Beautiful. Yes. And you'll be looking, I don't know, maybe 60 feet-ish out.
I wouldn't call it a putt. I'm really just want to get a 3 here and move on.
Megan's going forehand. A nice little flexy girl.
I like
Get on
that.
over there.
I like
yes,
that.
And that is the play that I like to do. Is you do that forehand and you possibly get the skip out into that fairway on the right side.
That's actually my favorite shot of the group. I love that. All right, scramble mode activated. Look at this.
Yes, Elaine.
Ooh, that's a tasty treat. And she'll have a putt for par.
Nice. I feel like everybody should have that in their bag. Just being able to kind of just roll something just to get you out of trouble. Megan with an open approach.
Yep. A little further than I wanted, but that's okay. All right, we've got a lane king for par. She lofts it up there.
Oh, man.
That was a good bid.
That was a very good bid. Megan also for par. Beautiful putt. Yep, and you'll also be putting it in for par.
One of the things I've been conscious about that I didn't think about in previous years is when I remove my disc from the basket, I make sure not to drag it against the chains and shake them a lot, because that makes it harder for the basket to catch the discs that are being putted after mine.
Okay.
So that's just like one of those small etiquette things that I've come to realize this year, which is odd, but very effective and just, better for your fellow card mates. And after all that, the front 9 of round 3. Look at that. Who is that in the lead? Tied with Deanne?
What is going on? Let's go, ladies.
It's still a tight race out here. There's not a lot of separation, and because it's a wooded course, you just don't know what's going to happen. It could swing either way real quick.
And the next 3 holes are going to be tough, so make sure you guys check us out on the back 9.
Appreciate you tuning in, and thanks to Ace Run Pro for the quality coverage. Love you guys. Please check out the Ace Run Pro Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, and we appreciate all of the Patreons supporting us thus far. And we'll see you on the back half for round 3.